Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus with respect. With these two lovely characters of Natsuki and Monika. I imagine Natsuki was a bit of a nutcase at the very start. I don't mean that in a horrible way, but still. It's been several weeks since the club has officially started. Though their initial setbacks, the three club members so far, Monika, Sayori and Yuri, have increased their collective bond within the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all three of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the three find themselves suddenly interrupted by the club room door opening, and in walks a girl none of them have seen before. Hi! Different tone altogether. Sayori tugs excitedly at Monika's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. Come and sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk. Sayori prances over to her desk and presses her palms onto it. Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest of having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone, then sits down next to Sayori. Monika follows by, sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner making tea doesn't sound so bad after all. Okay, then how about we all introduce ourselves? Okay, well, I'm Monika. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading or whatever other kind of literature. You know, I figured it was your club. You have that vibe. I have what vibe? You know, like, never mind. I'm not going to judge people I just met like that. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard. Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles. I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. And I also like poetry. Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. I'm an adult. The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. Sayori lowers her voice. She's kind of shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fancy books and tea, and I love her. Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. Okay, that's a bit interesting. This is a new side we haven't seen of Natsuki yet. In comparison to the other characters' introductions, but then again, we never knew that Monika would be... Monika, sorry, not Molecule, would be the kind of... not a poetic leader of a way. And my favourite ice cream flavour is strawberry. Oh, let's get ice cream. My favourite flavour is probably cookie dough, or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. And Monika's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. And you're going to say that Yuri's is like pecan nut or anything. What's Yuri's favourite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri. Still, it's pretty chill here. Do you just like hang out or do you actually do club stuff? Oh, well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet, since we only have like 3 members, so we kind of just loosely spend our time doing the stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's about time we start with like some more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you'd like the club to get into? Well, I guess I'm... literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why did you say it like that? I want to read manga in the club. Well, hold on a second. That sounds so great. Like, after all I've been doing all this, Yuri turns to the desk with a tray of teacups, where she sits down on an empty desk. After all of the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you just don't understand the nuance. I don't mean simple like that. Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature that you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you considered the anime club? Are you serious? I'm not going to join the anime club. It's full of weird guys. Come on, isn't it that big of a deal? Manga is literature, right? I mean, I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically, I get it. Look, I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just like keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll do literally whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed to my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay? Natsuki stands up. Need some help? Now I got it. I don't want you to see my locker. If you say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out then. And Natsuki exits the room, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. Ugh, I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she has like no actual interest in literature, you know. And that's normally fine, but she said she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Her tea is going to get cold. Yeah. Well, wait, that's not related. Well, I think everyone deserves a chance, especially if it can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature. Are you sure you just don't want to read her manga, Sayori? Hey, who do you think I am? Sorry, didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about this. Do you have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone. That includes me, so... Does it mean I bother you? No, you're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. God damn it, Sayori. I know, but still. I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah, alright. But I really am going to start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly the three of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? There's a package. A package of manga. Sayori stands up and walks over to the door and opens it. Yeah, thank you. Carrying 3 boxes of what is presumably manga, Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite a collection. Sayori giggles in excitement. While catching her breath, Natsuki replies, There's still one more box. I can put them away myself. I know how to organize them. Monika anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is it really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. Yeah, we need someone with high spirits. It seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. But why is the side story called Respect? It seems like Natsuki would have a lack of respect for Monika as the club president. At the next club meeting, Monika is the first to arrive. But ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monika paces trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? Like the reverse would happen. While Monika thinks, the club door opens revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Hello! Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monika awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation but fails. Curiously, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colours and cute looking artwork. You know, the top shelf is pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there? I can't reach up there, that would be so inconvenient. Yeah, but... Monika sighs. The teachers are going to ask what all of this manga is doing here, and I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So... Monika backs off and slumps into her desk. With this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulates over the past few weeks has been sucked right out of the room. Good afternoon. Sayori spins into the classroom. Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah, because I have this. Sayori brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic. I found some money and got a cookie, sorry. Oh, that's so pretty. As Sayori trots over to the closet, the colourful shells catch her eye. Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way. I saved up all my luck to find that money. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Boo. Defeated, Sayori unwraps her cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Then Yuri silently walks into the clubroom. Monika gazes at her with pleading eyes. Yuri turns a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it would be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good to everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interest. Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favourite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe? Something tells me that... Okay, Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try and come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we'll vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with. Now that's a good idea, Monika. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, do you say that you're to go along with whatever the club wants to do? Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I like Sayori's suggestion. Yeah, but... Monika's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything? Natsuki, are you sure you don't have any other literature interests you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga in here, but I just... Natsuki cuts Monika off by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted, so I'm just going to leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're kind of jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. Oh no. So he runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yuri. For the second time today, Monika slumps down into a desk. There is a lack of respect towards an openness towards different kinds of literature from Natsuki. You're not being a jerk, Monika, you're just expressing your opinions, but Natsuki's the one that runs off. No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affection. Yuri looks away. She probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find so that she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monika sighs. Me neither. I should have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but it feels like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. Club vision. You know, like people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So, maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem to want to add anything. You can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh? Well, great. I'm just reading the whole club. No, you're not, Monika. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Ugh, why is it the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. She has no authority to walk in and make demands to a club. Your club. Sometimes as ridiculous as manga has no place here, the fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely indebted to you. Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it, so I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recording our confrontations with Natsuki, a realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself it has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. With a sigh, Monika walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colourful shelves. It's just, this really wasn't what I had in mind for a club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monika starts defending her position once again. It's a complicated issue that Monika had failed to consider before now. Where is the line even drawn at what's considered literature? Lost in thought, she reaches into one of the larger boxes and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerating poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yeah, I mean, assumed by the absurdity of the cover, Monika opens the book. And you get to read what manga is kind of like. We'll look at the pictures when we have completed part 2. Respect story. What the hell Sayori got on? This sucks. Why is Monika such a jerk? I don't think she's a jerk. I think you're not showing any respect to her. She should be grateful if I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. Monika's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. So what if I am into manga? Why can't just one person accept that, instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on, that's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you. Natsuki sighs. I know. Thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want me to talk to Monika? I don't know. It's not like it's going to change her opinion of me. Like, even if you want to convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome in the club. I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out, please? I mean, I'm a vice president, or at least I think I am. And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and to be happy, so I want to make that happen. For you. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club? Well, that's a good question, Sayori. It's kind of dumb. Oh, don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. You were to me, so just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monika. I promise. Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all of the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care about what anyone else thinks. But you know, the signs of the literature club say that you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. But that was a lie apparently. Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toes of her shoe against the wall. Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monika? Because she was being so judgmental, but I didn't. Just want to tell her something she wants to hear. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. And if she knew I was into writing, then she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in favor of a more mature thing. The two of them remain silent for a while. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room for today at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. It's part of a club vision for her to be welcome. You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm going to do everything I can to fix this. I promise. Damn, Sayori. Damn, son. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students rushing to meet with their friends and make the most out of their limited break time. Where could she be? Among them is Monika, who always eats lunch in her classroom, but she has some additional business today. Could be related to Natsuki. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monika decided to try and find her during lunch so that she can make amends. After searching for extensive time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika is afraid to get closer. Natsuki is with some friends whom Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It'd be really tactless to just interrupt them. Oh yeah? Did you end up joining the literature club or what? Of course I joined, why wouldn't I? I told you she would join. Come on. So you know she only joined because you wouldn't stop giving her rubbish about the anime club. I told you I never even wanted to join that stupid club. Oh sure. Well, you have to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally grow past that trash. True, I mean. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. Shut up, just let me do my thing. I'm just joking, you know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What? You're gonna buy her smutty fanfiction? Well, obviously, I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now? I told you I was joking. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far you've come since then. Not to mention you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a pass to joke about it. Yeah, sure. They grow up so fast, it brings a tear to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glanced in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly better than them after the way I treated her. I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. Come on, Monika. Come on, Monika. After school ends, Monika distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monika picks a desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yeah. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go like exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like the literature club is a place where you get to express yourself, unless it's in a way that I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. And I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just like a lot on my mind. No. I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Well, okay, I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah. Natsuki has kind of a blunt attitude, you know. It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wants to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her, telling her to grow up and stuff like that the literature club would help her grow out of her manga. It just made me so mad, like, just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? And when I had that thought, it was when I came to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing, just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something, but I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing. Yeah, but then again, the difference between Yuri and Natsuki is that Yuri is able to take it into stride that fantasy isn't for everyone, but when somebody downcasts manga, Natsuki's like, well, you just don't know what it's like, so I'm gonna go and be on my way. So I was kind of trying to dismiss it, but then Yuri jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Yuri handle it instead. And now, I'm repeating the same mistake, except I really hurt someone this time. Monika shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I can just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm going to get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah, I'll get them back. by making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump. With a rare stir of face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits down next to her. I'm having an intervention. I could do that because I'm vice president. Is this about Natsuki? Yes! Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it. Really? I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her. Oh. Yay, I did it! Ah, thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page. Friendship wins again. So how do you want to make it up for her? To her, sorry. I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki is going to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. I see. Monika was afraid of that, not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage that she's inadvertently caused. But the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's so easy to just duck away from the conflict and wait for it to blow over, but that's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. I would think it was the other way around, because one's present and one's not present. But then again, there's also a natural reflection of accepting one's like to certain kinds of literature. You could definitely say that manga has its own educational advantages. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to the meeting tomorrow? I can do that. Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener. Fishing with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today, it's going to be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm going to step out for a bit, if that's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here? I think Monika picks it up by curiosity. Yuri picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that's, Natsuki probably just left it out by accident. But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Actually, Monika's been. Okay, Yuri, I'm sure it's just someone else who is using this classroom then, okay? Monika smiles at them both. Then with a wave, she exits the club room. It's not good to lie, you know, Monika. I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki, and that would get really awkward. Oh dear. Now I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. Why do we need a keyboard from the music room? The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Yuri is going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Because she has that natural attraction to pull people in. Well, she's Sayori. That is the best way of putting it, Yuri. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monika sits, then stands up to pace around, then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here! Welcome back! Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monika is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand at the front of a club room just like this, struggling to picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be, each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monika had admittedly so vaguely advertised, seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monika takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Okay everyone, the literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monika turns around to face the chalkboard. On it she writes, manga in big letters. Today we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature, manga. Oh come on, isn't this kind of forced? I know you didn't actually want to do this, so just... Monika shakes her head. Natsuki, this is the hardest part. After making it this far, it would be so easy to just smile and move on. But that's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me to not take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it, and I realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but I know you're only doing this because Sayori told you to. Wait, that's not true. Monika planned this all by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. I was witness to that as well. This is the Literature Club. The Literature Club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Nancy looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb. The stuff I'm into. Monika smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me. Sayori, you're not dumb either. What the heck? You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I didn't say that before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro, but I didn't want you to like me just for that. Well, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki. Yeah, whatever. Today is not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready. And here we go. About manga. A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the Literature Club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member has received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favourite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monika approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or anything? Me, not particularly. Why? Oh, there was just something I wanted to show you, if you had a few minutes. Sure, what is it? It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room? The music room? Why? Well, you'll see. Whoa! You know, I was thinking back. When the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about it being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed myself, more than anyone. But I think it was until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself, like things that I was probably always too stubborn to admit. Oh, come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just bought a bunch of manga and then I got fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it. No, honestly needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I would never have realized I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected. It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, I really shouldn't care about what other people think in the first place, but when you're just criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can get really hard to just brush it off. And it makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everyone else. But you don't need to please everyone else, just those around you. Am I being too entitled if I just want people to like me without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. I just wish that sometimes people would try to approach me for who I actually am. As Monika listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her, and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I could only wish I was strong as you, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm always trying to come off as perfect for other people. Anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I really started to think about this stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it. But, well, like I said, I didn't even do anything. You were just being yourself. That's all he needs to do. Also, there's something else. Monika takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga. What? You? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, I just felt like kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it. I can't believe you of all people are reading manga behind my back. That's so funny. Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right? You were reading Pathway Girls? Wow, you have good taste. Just one volume. And I kind of just picked it out randomly. Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me all your favourite parts. Well, I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in the literature club, she also plays piano. Which you're... Hold on. Was Monika inspired to play piano because of an inspiration from a manga in which Natsuki owned? For goodness sakes, this is full circle. It's just weird, because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was like... Oh, she always wanted, so it's not just that. The perfect person I've always wished I was, if I just did what I wanted, instead of always second-guessing myself. And... Monika walks over to the piano and sits down. Ah, this is nice. I've always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself. Nah. You gotta share every part of you. The stuff that makes you good, the stuff that makes you emotional, the stuff that makes you bad, the stuff that makes you awesome, the stuff that makes you feel shameful of yourself, because I feel like that is not one-dimensional, but it's a multi-dimensional perspective of a person, because you get to see somebody within different emotions. But also, this is a pretty nice CG. It's just two people sitting with one another. I've always felt like I should only share the parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I really realised how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allow us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I never would have started playing. Hey, I think the credit for that one goes to Pathway Girls, not me. No. Well, maybe it's true that Pathway Girls put that thought into my head. Lovely. But it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day. Every day? Because, you know, you just made me feel like if I want to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long, and I'm really not any good at it yet. Like, at all. But I wrote a song for the club, and I worked really, really hard on it. It doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah. Aww. That's lovely, isn't it? Okay, we've gone through half of the side story, so this is kind of like another transitional sort of thing. Monika at the desk, and Natsuki to the side. Natsuki's also interested in what Monika's doing, which is a respect for both halves of the party. These two. Monika and Sayori are always giving us flashbacks for all these sort of sections. When Yuri first joined. Yeah, this is definitely when... This is also about Yuri confronting Sayori. Sayori and Natsuki. They're both like the energetic, bubbly couple of people, that is. Oh, Natsuki and Sayori. And this happening where Monika was being biased towards manga not being literature. Sayori looking down, and there's also Natsuki looking down. Different moments. And then there's this. A lovely group of 4 people with different backgrounds. Ah, People with different backgrounds, but with a common liking. That's all. Oh, that was her song. That was so good. It was? Yeah, are you kidding? You're like already a pro. Not even close. Does the song have a name? You said it was about a club, so yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note, because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me, it should be about everyone, including yourself, Monika. For goodness sakes, don't you dare forget about the fact that you're also a part of the club. And it's all for you who helped shape the club into what it is. I would never change that. Well, I think that's really thoughtful and kind of flattering. I kind of feel like I don't deserve as much validation. I wasn't expecting very patient. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologise too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things, and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So yeah, I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologise, I guess you're doing something right. It's fine. I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet of you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing. Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit that it's a form of literature. You totally can't break that. You totally can't take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. I'll tell you what. I'll bring a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return. What kind of little something? Oh, you'll see. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. Cupcakes! Is that what it is? The next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. Yep, cupcakes. Okay, no new mail, which is interesting. Let's see. Finish the side story, respect 2. And respect 1. No other poems. So we've got 3 more side stories with 5 more CGs to unlock. And that's one of the new the new CGs, which also explains where Monika would go to practice piano. This is a really colourful rune, I'm not going to lie. There's so many different colours in here that it would be highly inspirational for music, because music is also worked with colours as well. Colours display a particular emotion or something like that. Like, I always feel that purple is a duality of both cold and hot. So it has this mixed bag of feeling tensed up but also being calm and calculated. Anyways, folks, that's me blabbering on about that. Any others I should take note of? Yeah, not a single sketch or promo has been unlocked, or secret, by that matter, has been unlocked throughout these side stories. They have to be unlocked throughout the main game. Poems, I believe, could also be unlocked within the side story, because with Sayori and Monika's story at the very first point, oh my gosh. What is she looking at? What is she even doing? She's thinking about something. I even forgot what I was saying. But in Sayori and Monika's one, there was like 1 or 2 poems that were unlocked. One of them in which Sayori inadvertently showed Monika at first, but then the other one was about like breaching privacy and all that jazz. But thank you all so much for watching, guys. I'm going to not be recording anymore today on July the 1st. For goodness sakes, my voice has been absolutely whacked by producing these 6 videos I've had for the 1st of July. Like, just going throughout the day and going through the main game and reverting back to the beginning of the game in order to get to Sayori's route and Yuri's route, and then redoing Natsuki's route so the game realizes that you've been through all these routes and have tended to everyone's needs and stuff like that, if that's how you would call it. But it's all fun and games at the end of the day, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this game for what it is. It's not about the fact of I want to keep coming back because of the time presence of the release of the game itself in comparison to when these videos are released. If I have a passion for something that regardless of the time itself from between when it's released until the upload date of the video, then I think either way it doesn't matter. Although if you are just pursuing something by force because you want to get it out as soon as possible without any passion behind it, then there is a problem in that. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we shall see each other in the next time of Doki Doki Literature Club, where we'll be pressing on to the story of balance between Sayori and Natsuki. Everyone is acquainted with each other at least once, except Natsuki and Yuri, I believe. I think those are the only two characters which have yet to interact with each other. And it's going to be really interesting to see how these last 3 side stories go about. I'm not too sure if there's going to be any more videos afterwards, but we'll wait and see. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves.